Hey everyone, in this video I will show you how to create this amazing Instagram feed in Photoshop. Coming up. Hi everyone, I am Harshvardhan. Welcome to harshvardhanart.com. Recently, I received a DM from Dipanshu Dutt on my Instagram account, and he was asking how to create a Instagram feed, something like this, where the each post is linked to the another post and it's just a seamless transition and the entire feed just looks amazing. So he wanted me to make a tutorial on this. I did a poll as well on my Instagram stories and most of the people responded yes. That's why I'm making this tutorial and I hope you will find this tutorial useful. So first of all, let me show you. This is how it's going to look on your Instagram feed. So at this moment it is only one post, but if I would add another post, that would also be a seamless, and I will show you how you can do that as well. So first of all, let's do the first one. So let's create the first post. So this is the image, and basically first of all what you have to do, you have to first of all press the C to crop the image, and you have to crop with 1:1 ratio, so that has to be squared. So you can see that my image was little bit larger, so it was in the 9:16 ratio, but you have to crop it 1:1, otherwise it's not going to work. So I have cropped it to 1:1, and thereafter what I have done, I have just used one background. So you have to have a background and then you need to place the images inside it, so you can arrange it in any way, though this is not the very perfect arrangement, but just for the purpose of this tutorial I have just arranged them in this way because I have not spent much time on this. So you have to place them and you have to make sure that there is some space on the top and on the bottom as well, otherwise the next post which you are going to make may not work. It may not be as seamless as it should be. So you have to place all of these, and what I have done, I have just added some drop shadow effect on these. So this is the drop shadow effect. So it looks like you can see the drop shadow, so it looks like a frame, okay, inside it. So if I just turn this off and on, just see over here. Okay, so I have added these shadows, I have arranged them, and now is the important part. So what you have to do, you have to come to the crop tool. This is the crop tool. Just press and hold for a moment, and then you will find this option, slice tool. Just click on this, and thereafter what you have to do, you can see I have already created some of these grids. So let me just delete them. So delete slices. Alright, so now I have the clean interface. So thereafter what you have to do, you have to just draw a selection around this entire image. So that's going to make a one slice, and you can just see 01 is written over here. So you need to hover your mouse over it and right click, and then you will have the option of divide slices. So here you have to decide how many posts you want to upload on Instagram. So basically if you just see the Instagram, there are 3 slides. So one image, second image and third image. This is how it goes. So basically it has 3 rows. All right, so what we have to do, we have to just divide them into 3 by 3. Okay, so divide slice horizontally, just type over here 3 and then check this mark, drive vertically into 3. So 3. So now you can see if you'll press OK, so now it has made these slices. So 3 slices, 3 slices and 3 slices. So now we have to export them. So in order to export them, just go to the file, export and save for web. That's the legacy option, and you can simply press Alt Shift Control S to have the access to this, and thereafter it would show you this option, and then you can choose the settings or presets, very high or maximum, So if you want the maximum quality, go for the maximum, but that would also increase the size of each slide. So you can see the size of the slides over here, and the image size and width, if you want to change it, it has to be same, otherwise your Instagram feed will not be seamless. So that's why we have cropped it to 1 by 1. All right, and thereafter we have to press the save button, and then over here you must see this option, all slices. If all slices are not available, then this is not going to work. Okay, so make sure you select the all slices, which is by default selected, and then you can select the folder where you want to save it and just press the save, and it would export these slices. So now if you go inside the folder, you will find one folder with the name of images. All right, just open this, and inside it you will find these grids. So this is 0, 1 grid, and the second grid, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9. So we have got the 9 grids. So what you have to do now, you have to upload them one by one, but the order of uploading would be in the reverse. So first you have to upload the grid number 9 or the slice number 9, then 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you upload it in such a way, then it's going to be a seamless Insta feed. All right. So now I will show you how you can just plan out the second post. So in order to have the second post, what you have to do, either you can use the same background. All right. So for the second post or for the second frame, you have to have the same background or the similar background, otherwise it will not be seamless. So as you can see, I have this. All right, so I have made a group of this, so I'll just turn this off, and I have got this slide. So now what I will do, I'll just create a duplicate copy of it by pressing Ctrl J, Command J, and now because the top part is bright and the bottom part is dark, so I have to just vertically flip it. So I'll press Ctrl T, Command T, and right click and select flip vertically. So that way this one would be over here, and I would check OK, because in the earlier post you can see the top part was bright, and that's why the bottom part of this another feed or these slices have to have the brighter. And over here you can see this is the dark one, but from here we can just plan out our second background if you want to just use the totally different background. So here you have to decide that in the next upload I will use the different background. So in that case, what you have to do, you have to come over here and create a new blank layer, and thereafter come to the custom shape tool. By pressing U, you can have the access to this as well, and thereafter on the top you will see the shapes. Just click on this and you will have some shapes. If you don't have the legacy shapes right over here, just click on this and select the append default shapes, and you will have all these access. Otherwise I have made one more tutorial. If you want to download all of these shapes, that would be available for you. Alright, and then you have to find one shape which would become a bridge between this post and the next post. So under this legs and heels, I find this one. So let me just select this one. Let's see how it looks. So I'll just draw it over here. So you have to draw it something like this, and then from the settings, make sure the fill is of the color which you want it to be. So let's go for white color, I think. All right, if I just go for the white and press OK, and from the stroke just select the none. This option makes it none. All right, so now we have got this shape over here. So that's going to work as a seamless for us in the next background, because in the, if you press Ctrl T, you can see this is still there. All right, so when you will plan the next one, so it would be around over here. All right, so that it just becomes perfect and it doesn't just goes up and down, will create a mask over it. All right, so for the next image, we'll just drag it down and we'll just resize it, bring it down, and we'll create a mask and we'll divide it into the half. So we'll select this rectangle marquee selection tool. By pressing M, you can have the access to it, and then we'll draw it something like this, so that this half of the shape is selected, and then we'll click on the mask icon. This is the mask icon, and that's going to create a mask right over here. So at this moment you can see the mask shows only the top part of the image, but we want the bottom part to see or visible in this particular post or in this particular grid. So we'll press Ctrl I or Command I to invert it. So now we have got this, and then we'll select the shape. Make sure you select the shape, and then we'll drag it up right on the top of this here. And in the next image, what we'll do, we'll just invert it, alright, invert the mask, so that way we'll know exactly how the shape goes and it would be a seamless transition. Alright, and now we can just place different images right over here. So let me place different images and come back. Alright, so now I have arranged all these images, so this would be the next grid. So I have arranged and just placed them over here. So now I just want to do something for this shape, because this is white and this is not looking that great. So for that purpose, I have placed one image of this cloud over here, and I'm going to just clip it to the underlying layers. And for that purpose, you have to press Alt or Option, and while holding Alt or Option, just hover your mouse between these two layers, and that would show you this down arrow symbol. Just click on this, and this would be visible only where this shape is. So let me just place it over here, something like this. Okay, so now you can see the shape is having a different this color, so that would mix or match with the background or this background. All right, so now we'll just do the same thing. We'll just export it. So we have already divided the grid, so we'll export this. So in order to export it, we'll just choose the second option. So we'll go to the File, Export, and choose Save for Web, and again maximum size, and we'll press the Save button. And this time inside this images folder, we'll create a new folder, okay, and we'll call it Grid 2, okay, and we'll press Save. Okay, so now it would be saved. So if we'll go back to the images Grid 2 folder, inside it you will find one more folder, images. So now we have got these. So again we have to just upload them in the reverse order. First 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so on the top like over here you can see, if we just open the first image, so this is the shape you can see, and in the second one also this is the shape, and this is the third one, this is the shape. So that would work as a seamless for our next grid. So if you want to upload the third grid, so what you have to do, this time we want to use different background for this time. Let me just place another image over here. Suppose I want to use this image as the background for my next grid. So I'll just place this over here, and this time I have to just change the shape. So this time the shape has to be on the bottom. So I'll just click and drag it over here. Just a minute. First let's group these shapes. So we'll select, and this the top image which we have added as a texture. So we'll press Ctrl G, Command G, and we'll call it shape. And now we'll click and drag it down, and this time we'll invert the mask. So this is the mask, so we'll press Ctrl I to invert this mask. Okay, so now we have got the shape, and we'll just place it on the bottom, something like this. Okay, so this is the shape, and we have just placed it on the bottom, so you can better see it by turning all of these off. So now we have placed this shape on the bottom. So make sure it is on the bottom. Only then the another image would be seamless, or another grid would be seamless. All right. So now let me just add different images over here this time and come back. See, I have placed the other images on this grid number 3, and I have blurred out this background as well because the earlier was being so messy. So I just wanted to make them just a little lighter. So now let me add the drop shadow effect to all of these. Go to the effects and select the drop shadow. Alright, so now drop shadow is also available, and now I will export these. So I'll press Ctrl Alt Shift S, or you can go to the file, export and legacy export, and I'll save. And this time I will choose another folder, grid 3, and I will save it. So now if I'll go back and see, this is the grid number 3. So this is how it's going to look. So now let me upload all of these to Instagram, and let's see how the result or everything just goes by. Okay. So now you can see that my Instagram feed or the profile just looked amazing, even with the first, second and the third image. So everything is just seamless, and there is no break between these 3 posts which we have posted separately. So this is how you can just make the amazing seamless Instagram profile on Instagram. So thank you so much. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, hit the like button. If you have any question, or if you want to say something, leave that in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing for more amazing tips, tricks and tutorials. So thank you so much. Bye bye. See you in the next video. Till then, keep shooting and unleash the creative in you. Bye bye.